Okay, so in this section we're going to be having a look at how well do your friends know you? Now, these are two of my old friends, Lynn and Sonia, who've been in mini lessons. Lynn has been in a lot of lesson 1, and Sonia will be in a lot of lesson 2, which is about adventure and travel and so on. And they are both quite reluctant to do this for some reason, partly because they won't listen to me explaining it. But it's something you could do with your friends, and you could do it in your own language if you find it too difficult to do in English. So I'm going to just explain it a little bit first. I hope that they will listen to me carefully.
Of course we will.
So, how well do your friends know you? You share your secrets with them as well as the good times and the bad times. But what do your friends really think of you? Most of us like to think we know ourselves pretty well. Actually, says our psychologist Linda Blair, we only see part of the picture. It's as though you're inside the house looking out. You can't see how big the windows are in relation to the doors or the walls. But we are often reluctant to ask people what they really think of us, and I think that's the problem here. Either we don't want to hear the truth, or we don't believe we will get an honest answer. Asking our friends how they see us is one of the most useful ways of getting a better picture of who we are and what kind of signals we are giving out. To find out what your friends think of you, use these questions, and you answer it and ask your friends to answer them as well, and then you could discuss it. You could even do it in an email, all kinds of different ways if you'd like to know more about what your friends think of you. But the other reason for doing this is so that you hear people talking naturally, and then of course I'll put useful expressions at the bottom of the screen. Okay, so I'm going to have to change hands. So hi Lynn.
Hi Mark.
Hi Sonia.
Hi Mark.
Now, both of you, come on.
Hi Lynn. Hi Sonia. We're called the Three Roys.
Oh yeah, okay. So the first kind of statement that you need to complete is, okay, the first thing you notice about me is, so let's start with Lynn. What do you think people notice about you
About
first?
me?
Yeah.
Hopefully they would notice that I'm quite open and funny. I like to think that I'm a good listener.
Yeah.
So friendly. I think I come across as quite friendly.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe a little bit underconfident sometimes, perhaps a bit quirky,
Yeah. Okay.
and a little bit dippy at times.
Dippy, which means a bit stupid, or
Yeah,
Strong word.
well, she said. And
I said it.
would you agree with those things, Sonia?
Yes, I would actually. I think Lynn is a fun person to be around. She's very
Thank
friendly and open. She likes to talk about the real important things in life. And yes, she's happy to share who she is with other people, I think.
Thank you.
Okay. And how about you, Sonia? What's the first thing you think people notice about you?
I think people notice that I'm an open, genuine, friendly, fun-loving person, that I like to share my times with people and have a nice time, but also go a bit more in depth. I'm not a shallow person. I like to talk about things that are important to me, that are important about my friends. And I think, yes, I would hope that my friends know me very well, because I'm happy to share things about myself with the people that I love and trust.
Okay, you see, it's not
Yes,
so difficult.
it's not so difficult at all.
Do you
no, and I
agree
would
with-
agree with all of that. Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
excellent.
Yes, very, very genuine and open. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Now we could include myself here, but it might take too long.
Yes.
And
Oh, we haven't got that much time, surely, today.
so we will move Well, we'd often say in English, wouldn't we? Swiftly on.
Yes,
Swiftly
we
on.
do.
Quickly on, or on to the next one.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, it's your answer, and then I'll check with Sonia and me a little bit whether we agree.
Agree. Okay.
So, I'm happiest when...
I'm happiest when I'm amongst friends. I also like to have some time on my own. I quite enjoy that too. I'm happiest when the atmosphere is good. I don't like to be in an atmosphere that's awkward or tense. Relaxed, I like. I'm happy in my garden. I love to see my vegetables growing and my herbs, and I love to cook in my kitchen. So, yeah, lots of things make me happy.
Okay. As a friend, would you sort of have said the same things about Lynn?
Well, yes. I mean, who am I to disagree when Lynn describes what makes her happy? I mean, yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so let me just say that actually if you do this properly, and it is quite confusing, you would write down what makes you happiest, but then your friends separately would write down what they think makes you happy, and you could do the same for them. It's kind of a little bit confusing, but also extremely simple.
Yes, yeah, of course it is, yeah.
All right. What makes you happiest, Sonia?
Oh, things like we're experiencing now, having a laugh and a nice time, an interesting time with friends. I love being outdoors. I love being engaged with what I'm doing. I like cultural things. I love listening to music. I like being on my bike. I like being just in the fresh air in nature. Sharing times with friends or on my own, being engaged with something interesting that is stimulating for me, whether it's my senses or my intellect or whatever.
Absolutely, yeah. And again, I've got to agree with it all. You know, I know Sonia. I know those are the sort of things that she likes. She does enjoy an interesting discussion, interesting conversation, and the music and the bike, cycling and
food, cooking, like you.
Cooking,
I love cooking and good food.
Yeah,
and,
you know, I mean.
Well, I mean, if I could just get a word in edgeways.
You've been lucky.
That's of course because, well, you know each other very well, and the three of us know each other well. But obviously with some friends, perhaps it's more superficial. You don't know each other quite so well.
That's true, yeah. And one thing that we didn't mention actually is watching television together.
Yeah.
Certain programmes that we like to discuss, and we actually can make an evening out of that.
Yes,
by
that's true.
cooking something to, you know, and sharing some food and having just a general simple evening together.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Okay, maybe this will be more difficult. In fact, I'm going to do it differently this time.
Right.
What do you think makes Lynn really angry?
I think when people are being inconsiderate, when they're not being truthful, perhaps. Yes. I mean, I don't know Lynn as an angry person. Obviously, we all get angry at certain things, but I think that is normally when we feel that other people behave in a way that doesn't go with our values and our way we want to lead our lives.
Definitely,
and when they're being inconsiderate or...
Yeah.
Well, I know Lynn lost her temper yesterday morning because she's got an old laptop somebody gave her that's really slow and frustrating.
When technology doesn't work, that is very frustrating.
Very frustrating, yeah.
And as you both know, I
you also
go mad
get
with things
you do,
like that.
and DIY things that go wrong, you know, that just won't seem to work for you. Yes.
So and what do you think makes Sonia angry?
I would say that Sonia would I don't know whether angry is the right word, but get upset if someone were to be deceptive.
Deceptive, kind of lying.
To
or,
lie,
yeah.
or also perhaps to manipulate. I don't think you'd like to be manipulated. I think that would make you angry. I think it would be more that sort of thing than actually getting cross about something that won't work, because you're very patient with that sort of thing. So you could work it out yourself.
It's true.
Maybe you would get. I don't know if you would get angry with drivers on the road. I don't think you would. I don't see you as an angry person. That's again the thing. You're very placid and and patient. So it is a bit difficult to think of things.
But one of the things you value most is honesty, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
So if someone lied to you or
trust was
about you.
I think yes, like Lynn says, I don't really get angry these days very much. I might be a bit disappointed, but I get on with that. But yes, I like for people to be honest, but I accept people the way they are, and if somebody's not honest with me, then they must have a reason, and I just get on with it. And yeah.
Okay, let's move swiftly on
Again.
to number 4. Okay, let's start with Lynn. The funniest thing about you?
The funniest thing about me? Oh, well, gosh. It's not, I can't say like my sense of humour, although I think I've got quite a good sense of humour, but that's not really the funniest thing about me, is it? I don't know, how I got a funny walk, or
Well,
I'm trying to think.
Again, there's no. The reason I'm doing this with the three of us is just natural English. There's no. We don't have to be giving a right answer or anything. It's just for people to hear people talking naturally. That's the main reason.
I think I might be a bit clumsy at times, so that might make someone laugh. I have had a few falls. I can trip over easily, and and sometimes things can go a little bit wrong like that. I'm a bit uncoordinated at times.
Okay.
So.
Well, we went out for an Indian meal, didn't we, a few nights ago, and we ordered quite a lot.
Yeah.
And strangely, we ordered chips to go with the meal. And one of us, or probably you, we said, we didn't need to order chips with this because there's so much. And then, of course, we kept saying that.
Yes, and it's become our new phrase.
Yeah, and it's just makes us laugh. So to me, that's the funniest thing about Lynn, is that we
pick up on
just very silly things.
Yes.
And even though I'm an intellectual, I like totally silly things.
Very silly things, yeah. And the other thing that you seem to find quite odd about me is the way that I remember names.
Oh yes, that's true.
It's not really funny, is it?
Well, no, but funny, of course, also means strange or different in a way. And yes, I mean, here's a word: a phenomenal memory for names, not for everything else, but for names. It's definitely true. Yeah. Sonia, what's the funniest thing about you?
Oh, crikey.
Crikey. Oh my God, crikey. Blimey.
Yeah. Oh
gosh, it's a tricky one, this.
It is a
because,
tricky one,
the funniest thing about me, I can't really say that I see people falling about laughing when they see me. I think we laugh more with each other rather than at each other.
What we say, things we say, rather than things we do.
I don't know. I think sometimes perhaps I can take myself a little bit seriously. I try not to, but I don't know whether people find that funny.
Well, it's true. Sometimes if the three of us are together, Lynn and I can be almost too silly for you.
Although I don't think... No, I wouldn't agree with that, actually. I think Sonia joins in and laughs with us, even if she does think it's a bit too silly.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mind being a bit silly, and we do have laughs about silly things, so we do laugh with each other, I think, rather than at each other, which I think is a big difference there.
Yeah,
so.
it is.
Okay.
But,
Okay, I need to keep this below half an hour. So in this next one, we'll just look at me
Oh, right, okay.
So-
The spotlight's on you.
What is my most annoying habit?
It could be not listening. Sometimes you don't listen as much as I would like you to.
Sorry?
Point in fact.
Would you agree?
Yes, I would agree with that a little bit. I think also you lose your temper pretty quickly, and that's sometimes a little bit annoying. But yeah, I've learned to live with that and ignore it when it happens. Just take a step back and
Well,
You
put
calm
us
down
on the
quite
spot,
quickly
you
as
see.
well.
You put us both on the spot there.
yeah.
Because
Okay, on the spot means...
we had to answer it,
Yes.
so we had to come up with something.
In front
Yeah.
of a camera.
So even
Yes.
if it's not true at all, but you
But
just...
None of this
Made
is
it
true,
up.
of course. We made it all up.
Okay. All right, this is quite interesting. Number 6. If I didn't do what I do, talking about the job, I would be... Okay, so... Yeah, if you're doing this with a friend or something, then obviously complete that. But we're kind of varying this a bit. So in this case, what would you really like to do?
Well, all my life, I've wanted to work with horses. Even though you probably wouldn't even have known that.
Well,
I
you
didn't
may
know
have
that.
told me, but
I might have
Sonia's
said,
wouldn't,
yeah. I mean, I think if I could have my time again, I would love to work in not a riding stables, but a stud farm or training, with horses.
Be a horse whisperer, perhaps.
Yes.
Okay, because
yes.
actually, Sonia, maybe you don't know this about Lynn, but when she was younger, she used to ride bareback. So no
yes,
saddle.
I did.
I did, yes,
Actually,
I did.
yes, you have told me this.
I had a
I
few
think.
years, yes, of that, yeah. But that I love the environment of that. So yeah, that's one of the things that I would like. I'm actually going to be working in something that I love also soon, which is beauty therapy. Yeah, so and I'm very, very happy about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sonia, if you do interior design and decorating,
Decorating, yeah.
if you could do anything, what would it be?
Not necessarily based on actual talents, is it? Because ideally, I would love to be a musician and play an instrument, and so either that with music or with children. I absolutely love children, and I find them very inspiring. Or with animals, I love animals as well. I always used to, as a child, wanted to work in a zoo. And that was because I love animals and love being around them.
Yeah. Actually, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a zookeeper.
Zookeeper,
Also,
yes, I remember you saying that, yeah.
and work with animals. But of course, actually, there's a lot of not such nice things if you work for a zoo and animals.
Yeah, quite a lot of horrible jobs.
Well,
I
there's,
think.
if you say, we wouldn't say you have to, if an animal is sick, you have to kill it. You say put it down.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's the
right, yeah.
kind of polite.
Usually means an injection. Or,
Yeah. Okay, but here we go. You would never have known Sonia would like to be a musician.
No, that's right. I mean, there was a time when I rather liked the idea of becoming an actress.
Yeah.
When I was at school, I used to love the drama groups, and but again, I wouldn't have had the confidence to have done it.
No.
And I'd even just forgotten about it until
Yes.
you said that.
Yeah. Forgotten
yeah.
dreams.
Yes.
Okay. The one. So again, just to remind, we're not doing it because it would take too long, and we don't have the pieces of paper. But if you were doing this with a friend, you would write down your answer, number 7, and they would write down their answer about you, and vice versa, the opposite. But anyway, the one thing that would improve my life is, okay, so I will say for Lynn, more money.
Yes. More money would, yeah. And more meditating, a little bit, taking a bit more time to follow my spiritual path.
Yeah.
Which I try to do, but not as much as perhaps I I feel I should.
Okay. Sonia?
Well, I suppose money would help, only because at the moment I'm going between the two countries, and it'd be nice if I had a place to live there and here, and I could just come between the two. But the more important one, like you're saying, is for me to live in the moment, to be present, to be mindful, and yes, that would obviously improve my life even
you?
more.
Oh.
And you?
Well, of course, everyone in some ways would like more money. But for me, actually, it's freedom is the most important thing. To do what I want, when I want, where I want, how I want.
With who you want.
Which I think would probably go for all of us.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Having no obligations
Yeah,
is
no,
a big one, actually.
And
for
actually,
me.
well, I quite like being responsible for my birds and hamster and so on. But yeah, I kind of like to not have to do anything.
To just please yourself and be a free
Okay,
person.
let's do two more. If I had a complete day to myself, I would...
Ooh.
So what would your perfect day be?
Gosh. I think there'd have to be some pampering for me.
What's pampering?
It is going to a salon and having a facial and a massage.
Or your hair?
Hair, maybe my nails done.
Yeah.
I would like to certainly have that. I'd like to have some very nice food, some nice lunch, a nice lunch somewhere, perhaps a walk, little bit of exercise, and see good friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Hello?
Hello. Perfect day for me would be probably a nice sunny day. I would get on my bike with a rucksack with a good book in it and a nice picnic, and I would go down to the beach, listen to the waves, read a bit, watch people a bit, and then perhaps meet up with a friend for a coffee or a meal, or with some friends. So times outside and sharing with friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for you?
Well, actually, the thing that I enjoy doing most is...
Being in the water.
Yes, because I'm Piscean, but I just
Yes,
love
me
being
too.
in the water, somewhere like Greece or Thailand or Australia, somewhere quite hot. But especially I love being in rough sea, swimming or could be kayaking.
Mm-hmm.
But I love water and the sun and feeling... Yeah, because when you get the sun on your body, you kind of feel healthier and happier. And in the water, for me, that's fantastic.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
Actually, in a kayak or on a paddleboard or something. For me, on a calm water, I
Yeah.
prefer. But yes, waters.
Okay, and then the last one, number 9. If I could change one thing about myself. So again, if you were doing this with your friends, what do they think you would change? But we're not doing it like that. But Lynn, what if there's anything you could change about yourself? What would it be?
To gain more confidence and be able to speak out a little more than I do.
See, I don't think many of your friends would say that so much.
What, that I don't speak out?
That you're not
or
confident.
that I'm not confident?
Because you seem... Well, I know you probably better than a lot of your friends.
Yeah.
But and I know that in some ways you do lack confidence, but I think your friends would think you're a very confident person.
Right, yeah. It's interesting, isn't it, actually? And I'm not saying that I'm not, but there are certain situations where I get upset instead of angry, and it holds me back, about actually being able to move forward with things.
Yeah. And we did
So-
one mini lesson, didn't we, where we were talking about get it off your chest,
Yes.
which often you don't.
No, I'm getting better at it, but I hold a lot inside,
Yeah.
and I would like to think that I could say it succinctly and articulately.
Yes, not necessarily getting angry, but being
No.
able to say what
Calmly.
bothers you
What
calmly.
yes.
Yes.
Speak your mind.
Speak
Yeah,
my
speak
mind.
your
Yes,
mind.
that's right. So
Okay.
that would be mine.
And
yeah.
Sonia?
It's a difficult one for me because I have been working a lot on letting things go that used to maybe upset me and worry me about myself. Generally I'm pretty happy with how I am now. But obviously certain things still get to me, so I'll be working on letting those go and realising that probably they're not that important.
Okay, excellent.
And if I may say so, what about yourself?
Well, actually, neither of you said anything to do with physical, but actually, I would like to lose a little bit of weight. I did lose a lot of weight some months ago when I had pneumonia, and I felt much, well, not when I had pneumonia, but afterwards, felt much, much better. But the other thing is, I do get stressed about some things quite easily. And like, for example, doing these courses,
Yes.
I kind of start worrying that I haven't got enough time, and then
Yeah.
this kind of thing. And I don't get
Builds up.
I don't get angry, but I start thinking, oh my god.
Yeah,
Feel
stressed.
overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed, yes, that's a word
Good
that's
idea.
come up quite a lot. So
Good word I meant to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, so let me thank you very, very much for your honesty and for bringing me into the conversation. That's
Yes, and thank
Very,
you for
very
your honesty.
okay. So it says here, if you did this as I said, the way to do it, or the way the magazine asks you to do it, don't worry if your answers do not closely match those of your friends. It doesn't necessarily mean they don't know you or that you're not self-aware. It's more likely that they see different, potentially surprising sides to you, providing insights you can learn from. But it's important to clear up any major misconceptions. Okay, most of us are more critical of ourselves than we are of others. And then a few other things. So yes, as I said, you maybe think you lack confidence, but I think a lot of people wouldn't say that.
No. So is that a self-criticism? I suppose it
Yeah.
is a bit, isn't it?
And the
Yeah.
more you say that to yourself, I
You're
lack
confirming
confidence.
it constantly.
Oh yes, I know. I understand that. Yeah. So I try hard to give myself positive affirmations and think positively, and it does make a difference, I find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I were you, I would say I am a confident
Yes.
person.
I am a confident person.
I don't
I'm a
think you'd
very
be doing this
confident
in front of a
person.
camera if you weren't a confident person.
Well, yeah,
So
that's
No,
true.
that's
it's
true,
just
that's
certain areas, isn't it, where we all
Yes.
have our little
Yes.
issues, and that's what we try
Exactly.
to address.
And our fears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's call it a day on this section. And once again, thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Sonia.
Thank you, Mark.
I believe that you're helping to make these lessons interesting and entertaining. Plenty of natural English, and I couldn't do it without you.
Thank you. It's very enjoyable. Isn't it, Sonia?
Wonderful.